Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. Hope you guys are doing good. We're rocking the aviators again today because I just got a new pair. My other pair has been broken for quite some times, and if you're wondering why we're wearing these, well, it's because my eyes typically don't do very well with all the blue light from all these monitors I have, so it typically does help out a lot. But anyways guys, what's up everybody? Let's go and see who we got here for today. We got ourselves Cooper, we have TRG, we have Caleb, we have Mark, we have Quiet, we have Jill, we have John, Patricia, we have Moon River, Quiet, let's see, Marcus, Jeff, Misty, Nuber, Linda, Todd, Melanie, let's see here, Brock, Kim, Haley, what's up guys? And everybody else who is, I can't even talk, who else is here and not talking? What's up guys? So, obviously, we do have ourselves a bit of severe weather we've been dealing with here lately. Today, we actually did have a slight risk earlier, but they did downgrade that to a level 1. But, you know, today, obviously, we still have a little bit of a risk for severe weather, but honestly, I'm not really concerned about it too much. I mean, it's a level 1 threat. I mean, not saying that there can't be any severe weather out of the level 1 threat. It's just, you know, the odds today is, obviously, I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. But what I'm really concerned about is actually day 3 or Saturday. Saturday here, we do have ourselves a slight risk across portions here of Alabama out there towards Montgomery. Obviously, portions near Columbus, Georgia, just, you know, kind of a little more to the west of Columbus, Georgia. But there is some populated areas here inside of this this risk area. Now, the severe weather risk here for Saturday, remember, Saturday's the day we're talking about here. The overall risk for severe weather does stretch its way into these regions here. Now, the SPC, or the Storm Prediction Center, obviously for day 3 outlooks, we don't have a breakdown, but based off of what I'm seeing, tornadoes will definitely be a problem, considering the fact that we are having a pretty strong lower-level jet stream, so basically a big current of strong air that's going to be coming from the Gulf of Mexico and shooting up, because we do have what we call a trough, which is basically a strong area of low pressure that drops its way down. In this case, dropping its way down here across the south, which is basically pulling up a lot of moisture and pulling up all the ingredients that's necessary for tornadoes to happen. Not just tornadoes, you know, not just tornadoes, but also, like I was saying, for hail, damaging winds, all of it does seem to be a big problem. Now, if you're wondering tomorrow's threat, really across a lot of the south, man, I mean, seriously, all the way from western Texas out there, you know, going all the way up here to southeastern Virginia. We got ourselves a thunderstorm threat, which is not severe, but it's a chance for a few rumbles of thunder, you know, being a possibility out there. Let's see. Tabletop, nothing severe for you, man, but we do have a thunderstorm threat for tomorrow. Like I was talking about, we have a potential of maybe a few rumbles of thunder out there by Wilmington area. But general thunderstorm threats does not mean anything severe. And of course, for the day of severe weather, like I was saying, Saturday is the day we need to be a little concerned about. Saturday, obviously, this threat does not reach you. We'll dive into models here in a few minutes, and we'll really get to the bottom of this. I'll really break things down for you regarding tornadoes, hail, damaging winds. All of them I do think is going to be a problem. Local news in Wilmington says bunch of rain for Saturday night. So, yeah, I don't think so, Tabletop. I think instability is too low for you, so I think you're good. NATO cash showing a small pocket of 10%. Really? Oh, that's interesting. Let's see, Florida says hold. Yeah, portions of Florida Saturday. We'll be in the risk out there by like Pensacola, slightly a little northwest of slightly a little northwest of Panama City. Yeah. Let's see here. Catherine says, "Hi, Andrew, and all. Hope you're having a good night. You too, Catherine. Thanks for asking. Sounds good. Yep, no problem, man. Glad to help out." So, search on Google what ENSO neutral weather will be here. According to Google website, some forecasters are predicting March to May, but the majority says it'll be here by May to July. Interesting. Yeah, no, honestly, I do agree. We have been actually looking at the ENSO. If you don't know what it is, it's basically oscillations. So basically anomalies. Basically, I say basically so much. So what it is essentially is the fluctuation of temperatures. I'm sure you've heard of La Nina, El Nino. ENSO neutral is right between El Nino and La Nina. So just a little bit of clearance there for you guys, just to tell you what they're talking about. Let's see here. Well, Powell, Tennessee. Well, not as of now. No area in Tennessee does have a risk out there for severe weather, but you never know. Honestly, it really depends on how much or how far up north that instability gets, because the winds are going to be there. The wind shear, I should say, the winds throughout the atmosphere are going to be strong enough, I think, to potentially spark off severe weather, but it all comes down to the point of, obviously, if there's going to be enough instability. Let's see. Do I think this light risk of Saturday will be expanded? That's a good question. So, also, like I said, it just really depends on models. Here, we're going to go ahead and hop over to models real quickly. We're going to talk about that. I did want to mention this with you guys. I want to break down the models for you. Let's see here. I'm actually going to maybe make this a little bit bigger. Oh, I guess I can't. Oh, well. Yeah, it's good. It's good enough. It just kind of cuts off a lot of Florida. But the good news, Florida's not in that threat, so it's mostly for, like I was saying, Alabama area. Anyways, instability-wise, so this is basically your thunderstorm juice. This is basically, the fuel for these storms. And, really, we're looking for values over 500. I mean, obviously 1,000 pluses in the good zone where you want to be. And so this event's going to be taking place here late Saturday. This is not going to be happening for the morning. This is probably not going to be happening for the afternoon. It'll probably be kind of like a mid-late evening type of event here. So we can see by 21 Zulu, which, well, you know what? No, it might be late afternoon, actually. 21 Zulu, was that like 3 hours ago? So that's like, what, 4 or 5 o'clock? Dude, ever since the time change, it's messed up my time perception here. Anyways, but when it comes to it here, I mean, instability, and you can see how it reaches all the way up there towards, like out northern Alabama. And that's actually where the risk ends. Is right there where it kind of tops out there. We have this really thin noodle-like line of instability. And honestly, it's really not so great. It's really not that strong, but it's doable. It is definitely doable. I mean, we have some pockets that reach maybe 500-600 joules per kilogram, which, like I was explaining, we really want it over 1,000 plus for some decent severe weather. But there's actually something that is helping this be more stronger, and that's actually the winds that I was talking about here. If I was to bring up the lower level winds, you notice here that we have a big dip in the jet stream. So this is what we call a trough. So basically, we have a lot of cooler air coming down here from the north, and it's obviously kind of swinging up and, kind of doing a big drift here. So we have ourselves like a big dip in the jet stream. And so essentially what this is doing, what this is actually doing in this case here for Saturday, is bringing up a lot of moisture from the Gulf. I mean, obviously, the Gulf of Mexico is a warm place to be. There's a lot of moisture, a lot of warm air out there in the Gulf, and so this is basically sucking up all that air and slinging it up there to the southeast. And in this case, really being focused on, like Alabama and Georgia, in those risks. So, like I said, the winds are there. I mean, this is lower level winds here for late Saturday. Like I was saying, this is whenever the heaviest of the event's going to be happening. It's going to be late Saturday overall. And yeah, I mean, absolutely. We definitely do have ourselves enough energy, or enough wind shear, I should say. I think there's going to be enough energy, obviously. Obviously, if it was any lower, honestly, I don't think we'd even have a slight risk out there, to be honest with you guys. I'm going to grab a sounding. Obviously, I don't expect you guys to know much about these, but they're a little intimidating to newcomers here. So what they are is basically just measuring the profile of the atmosphere at a given time. So for an example of that sounding, a sample of the atmosphere I grabbed for Saturday evening from the NAM model, which is just a weather model, really shows a very dry atmosphere, really dry actually, all the way from about 1 kilometer up to roughly about 10 kilometers. So that is a very dry atmosphere, and that actually brings a big problem here for hail. Hail growth is amazing, or happens very amazingly in an area that has pretty dry conditions in the mid-atmosphere. Wet bulb zero temperature, or wet bulb zero, is right there below 3 kilometers, so that's just a little bit of a... so basically what that means is essentially, I'm trying to keep this as easy to understand as possible. Let's just say that, with your wet bulb temperature being at this magnitude, it means that there will definitely be some hail growth here. Not to mention, a lot of the instability is across the layer here. Regardless, guys, enough nerd talk. There is going to be hail in this storm if this was to occur. Also, the winds here, this is a little more easier to understand. So this is ground level. The winds are kind of north-northeast, sorry. And they do slightly change a little more to the east. So there is wind directional change as you go up in the atmosphere. So this will basically allow for some lower level rotation to occur, as we can see on the photograph there, showing a slight turn as you go up in altitude. So that will cause some spin to occur in the atmosphere, which will definitely allow for the potential out there for, a couple tornadoes and, like I was saying, hail with those thermodynamics we were looking at there. So overall, I mean, it's there. It's there. What area did I pick the sounding? I picked that across central Alabama here, just a little west of Montgomery. I think. Hold on. Yeah, a little west of Montgomery. Yeah, Montgomery's right here in this area. Let me see. Here's the thing. Here, look at this. So this is actually for late Friday. The models, like the model we're looking at right now is NAM, shows a pretty good pocket of instability out there for tomorrow evening, across southern Georgia, central northern Florida, southeastern Alabama. So, but the thing is, here is those winds that we were talking about are very weak. So what the winds ultimately do is it organizes the energy we have in the atmosphere. So if we have a bunch of energy in the atmosphere and we have no winds, not a lot's going to happen because it's not going to get organized. And the winds, organize storm structure. And if you have a lot of winds and not much instability, it can still happen. Honestly, it could still happen. And that's kind of similar in this case how, for this event, we don't have too much instability, but we have a decent amount of winds. So even with the little amount of instability we have in the atmosphere, it should be able to, actually pop off. I definitely do think so. So, like I said, we'll have to watch it. Once again, I do think that hail, tornadoes and damaging winds will all be a concern. So we will definitely need to be looking out there for it. So I am going to grab, let's see here, we're going to grab the long-range GFS model for the same time. Once again, this is for the evening of Saturday, by the way, guys, if you guys are wondering the time. But yeah, so we're going to grab another sounding from a different model this time. This is the GFS. I want to see how similar these two are together here. Anyways, let's see. So it looks like some cloud cover starts to begin right here about 4 kilometers up or so. See, with cloud cover, that's a problem. If there's a lot of cloud cover at the in the air, that could actually prevent the surface from heating up enough to start thunderstorms from forming. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So let's hope, obviously for storm's sake, that would not be good. But also, otherwise than that, the atmosphere is very dry, as the NAM did suggest. The winds are mostly pointed in the same direction for the most part. Slightly changing a little bit. So winds are mostly linear here. which probably wouldn't cause any tornadoes in this environment, honestly. I mean, there will probably be some damaging winds on this here if this was to occur. Maybe a little bit of hail. But yeah, that's just the GFS. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to lie with you guys. The GFS model is not always the best to look at whenever it comes to these events all the time. It seems to really underdo instability until the event gets closer, and then like the mid-range models like NAM and RAP and ARRR in the short range start to come through. At that point, then we start to get a better understanding of how much energy we have. But yeah, I've always noticed the GFS does not hold up that well. But anyways, but yeah, it's just something definitely to look for, guys. I mean, it's definitely something we should keep it out there for. As you know, it seems like we're gonna have the ingredients in place out there for Saturday evening, you know, possibly even Sunday morning. I think could be a possibility too. And who knows? I mean, if the models start trending more instability, if they start trending more energy in the atmosphere, you never know. Maybe this could be extended a little more to the northeast. I think could be a possibility. Like I said, right now, though, the instability is far too weak. I mean, it pockets up pretty, you know, low still. I mean, it does pocket a little higher, maybe near 500, which, you know, theoretically could pop off a localized, you know, severe thunderstorm or two, which is a possibility, you know, which definitely is a possibility here. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to be impossible, but I'm not saying it's going to happen either. But, you know, I do think there could be a potential, if you want to know my opinion, I think it could extend possibly a little more to the northeast, possibly more towards like western North Carolina, western South Carolina, maybe even northern Georgia. Because like I said, right now, the risk area, I mean, it's not the greatest risk area, obviously. I mean, it's kind of a small little threat there. Let's see here. Crystal, thank you so much for the 2. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Crystal. That is very sweet of you. And much love to you. Thank you so much. It's very, very nice of you. Big thank you. But yeah, I was explaining how the overall risk, I mean, it's not huge, but like I said, some of the areas that we do cover in this area is pretty populated. Like Montgomery, I mean, that's a pretty populated area out there in Alabama. So this is also, I mean, like I said, I mean, it's not just the yellow that's in the severe weather risk area. Like I said, it's the level 2, which is, you know, the highest risk for Saturday. Which, like I said, we also have the dark green, which this is a level 1 threat. And if you're wondering what this color is, all of this, like I was saying, this is just a thunderstorm threat, basically saying there's a possibility for a couple rumbles of thunder, but it's not going to be severe. It's not expected to be severe. Let's see. Don't like nighttime bad weather. Oh, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, nocturnal tornadoes and all that stuff is just dangerous. Like I said, we'll have to see. I mean, there is a very good potential that if this storm, you know, can hold up to what some of the models are showing, if not strengthen a little more, I think we could possibly have a northward expansion. Still not too confident on that, honestly. Just depends on how the models continue to handle this. And I really want to see some information from like the RAP model and the ARRR before I can really say that I think it could be extended. I mean, it's certainly possible, but I mean, we'll see. I just got to see it for another couple runs. Let's see. Who's under the tornado threat? So, honestly, I'd say mostly central Alabama would be under the tornado threat for Saturday. Definitely does look like there will be a tornado threat overall. Because, you know, back over to models like we were showing here with you guys. For Saturday evening, 21 Zulu, if anyone wants to know the time there. Let's see, what time would that be? 21 Zulu. Shoot, I've gotten so messed up. I think that's like, what, 4 p.m., if I'm not mistaken? 4 or 5 p.m.? Like I said, I'm used to... It throws me off so much every single time we have a time change. I know it's been a while, too, since we had that time change, but still bothers me, man. But anyways... So yeah, the instability here for late Saturday from the NAM model, I mean, like I said, it could be a lot better, honestly. The instability is not that great, but I think that the winds make up for it. Because like I was saying, here at the lower atmosphere, overall... Oh, is this not... Hold on, let me reload this real quickly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not good. Please tell me my internet's not crashing here. Okay, it looks like it's just a site thing. Oh my gosh, I about had a heart attack, dude. Okay. Dude, I literally thought... Okay, there we go. I almost had a heart attack, dude. Okay, back over to NAM. Why is this having a hard time? Because, like, yeah, if I load other sites, it loads fine. Here, let me just restart the site. How about that? I don't know if that'll help or not, but hopefully it does. If not, we're just going to have to use this page here. Yeah, we'll just do that anyways. Okay, let's go ahead and work our way over here. That model, or that site is having some troubles, it looks like. Could be a server issue. Anyways, but yeah, let's go ahead and bring our way over here. Good. It's always good to have some backup options, man. Whenever it comes to it. Same model, same everything. What I think north of Huntsville, Alabama should be worried. North of Huntsville, honestly, probably not. I think you're good. Huntsville, I mean, obviously you could acquire some instability out in that region. Not a whole lot. Like I said, this is a very low instability type of event here. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying it's going to be impossible for any severe weather to occur near you. I mean, because, I mean, theoretically it's possible, but let's see those winds like I was talking about here, which is for the 27th, I believe. Yeah, for late 27th. Yeah, look at that. So the winds there, like I said, we have a pretty strong lower level jet stream. You know, so we're talking, what I mean by lower level, I mean, we're talking like 4,000 feet up here. And we're getting a lot of strong northeasterlies. Let's see. What is the odds, do I think that severe risk goes to the coast for Sunday? Let's see, is this site working now? Oh, is it back up? No, I think it's still having issues. Well, that sucks. Well, let's see. Let's actually look at that. We'll bring back up the instability here. So yeah, we work our way through today, which, like I said, we had a little severe weather threat today, tomorrow. So this is for Saturday, Sunday. I mean, instability obviously depends on, you know, average between the models. I mean, obviously right now the models are a little all over the place with the instability, but I don't know. I mean, the winds are definitely there. I think we could, at worst case scenario there, tabletop, I think we probably could pull a marginal. But we'll see. See, it's a server issue. Just discovered the page, pulled it up, started lagging on your live stream. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Anyone else having trouble with that? With COD acting up? Let's see. Gives me a lot of peace of mind. Thank you for answering. I own a shelter, but these night storms drive me nuts. No problem, Zach. Glad to help out, man. Anytime. Like I said, if y'all have any questions here today, too, I will be more than happy to help you guys out. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Like I said, we got y'all. You know, I want to make sure you guys are prepared. That's obviously the main thing of the channel, is to keep everybody weather aware, keep y'all updated. And, you know, like I was saying here, I mean, for when it comes to Saturday evening, like I said, during the main event here, instability is very weak. Like I said, it looks very low. I mean, honestly, it doesn't look like anything too crazy. Wow, it's quite a temperature inversion. Should still rise, though. But yeah, there's that dry atmosphere I was telling you guys about, even on this sounding here. Yeah, very dry. So the further your greens are from your reds here, so the red is your outside, your ambient temperature. The green is your dew point, right? And so if you know about thermodynamics, the closer your dew point is to your temperature, the more humid it is. So if you're red, if your outside temperature is meeting the exact same degree as your dew point, the humidity would be 100%. And the further spaced out they are, the more drier the atmosphere is. And like I was explaining here, this right here, this is your ground level. This is 6 kilometers. This is 9 kilometers. This is 12 kilometers, you guys can see. So we're looking at a vertical profile of the atmosphere here. And so you can see as we go up in the atmosphere, especially those lower levels, it gets really, the driest spot is right here between 1 and 3 kilometers. Very dry atmosphere. And so there's something we call wet bulb. Honestly, I really have a hard time explaining wet bulb. But you know, obviously, when it comes to looking for hail, I mean, if that wet bulb tanks and gets like super cold really quickly, like it is, there is potential for super cooling to occur. Which, you know, this is your hail growth zone between this area here. For example, your freezing point, I should probably mention this a while ago. This is all above freezing. So if you go up to 12 kilometers, obviously our temperature is not over here. Be very warm. No, so our freezing point in the atmosphere is right at this intersected mark right there. So in this in particular sounding, our freezing point is just a little above 3 kilometers. Anyways, just, yeah, thought I'd kind of break that down a little bit. I want you guys to understand it, but I really don't want to confuse you guys either. It's definitely a very important thing to know when it comes to severe weather and when it comes to you know, even winter weather too. Thermodynamics are very important in weather. What's up, Jonathan? How are you doing, good, man? Crystal says I don't like thunderstorms. Oh man, I love a good thunderstorm. I don't know about you. They could be a little creepy sometimes. Shoot, I mean, there was one time I was under a severe thunderstorm warning for 80-mile-an-hour winds and golf ball hail back when I lived in Virginia, and that was like the only storm I ran inside and actually went in the middle of the hallway. Otherwise, I'm usually outside on my porch taking video of the storms. You know, obviously I would definitely not recommend you guys to do that. That's just me being an idiot. Let's see here. Possible weather is Saturday night for midday. Yeah, it's gonna be Saturday night in the main event here. Like I said, I mean, it could start as early, I think, as a late afternoon. Obviously, timing's still a little iffy, but I do think that the timing will be here for basically, you know, pretty much mostly evening, mostly early, mid, late evening. See, Pez says thanks for the breakdown. No problem, man. Anytime. Right here in North Carolina all darn day. I hear ya. Yeah, it's definitely been pretty crazy. We still actually have a bit of flooding threats still going on. Let me go and bring it. Let me actually talk about that real quickly, guys. We'll go and pan away from the severe weather for a minute. I'll bring up the day one flooding outlook there. We still have ourselves a couple of little patches here of some flooding concerns. By New Orleans, Gulfport today, we still have ourselves a slight risk, which is a level 2 out of 4 on the flooding outlook scale. So we're kind of in that middle flooding threat. So it's a decent threat. Definitely should take it seriously. Also, another one for the tri-state area of Georgia, South, and North Carolina here. So like northeastern Georgia. Got a few areas there. We also have like areas near Asheville, North Carolina, and a pretty decent flooding threat here for today. And Greenville, South Carolina. So these are two pretty popular areas. Asheville and Greenville, they're very populated zones. So you know, definitely is a big problem for urban areas. Day 4. Oh, hold on a minute. Day 2. I was really jumping the gun there. So tomorrow being Friday, another real big flooding threat, guys. So keep an eye out there for that. If you guys live out there in these yellow areas, guys, these are really big flooding threat areas here for tomorrow. So just be extra careful if you live in those regions. You know, this does include like Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Gulfport, you know, Pensacola, Mobile, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi. I mean, like I said, a lot of populated grounds here, man, is in the flooding threat tomorrow even. So look out there for some flooding concerns. And of course, so that's Friday. Then Saturday here, another flooding threat. North Georgia, Northeast Alabama, Southeastern Tennessee, also Greenville, Asheville, North and South Carolina here is in the hazards. So day 4, nothing. Day 5, nothing. So yeah. So basically just now. So today, Thursday, Friday, tomorrow, and Saturday is flooding concern days. Anyways, let's see. Mainly just looked out for thunderstorms Saturday night, and seems for me. Am I going live tomorrow and for the event Saturday? Yes, definitely live for the event Saturday. Tomorrow I will definitely do a live stream for preparations. So tomorrow I'm going to do a zip code forecast live stream for you guys. I mean, even in this live stream, not now, I might do a couple zip codes for you guys later on. If y'all y'all would be curious in that, I'll let you guys know what you need to look out for, okay? But not right now. Like I said, we're going to hold off from the zip codes for a minute. But I will do some tonight for you guys because, you know, like I said, man, the thing on the channel, guys, is making sure you guys are prepared, making sure you guys are ready. And, you know, anything I can do to, you know, put a hand into that to help out, that's what I'm going to do. See here. I was caught out in a severe thunderstorm with only a metal table for protection. Oh, wow. So with Crystal, no storms of any kind of thunder. Oh, I hear you. I mean, I understand that. You know, when I was little, I used to be scared of thunderstorms all the time. Oh, shoot. I almost forgot. Another thing I do want to mention with you guys is snow, actually, for the Northeast. So we got like 2 storm systems we're watching here. Let's go and bring up the GFS. Yes, I almost forgot to talk about that. I'm glad I remembered that. So let's go and bring that up here. We're going to have to load up the data here for y'all. Let's go and turn that on. Okay, so the green is rain, guys. Just a little bit of a reference if people don't know how to read these models. Blue is snow. Okay, so blue snow, green, yellowish, rain. So this is rain, this is snow. Okay. So obviously here, need to probably add a time in for you guys here. Y'all are about to see some funky stuff for a minute. I know it looks a little crazy. Bear with me for a minute, guys. I'm helping you all out by giving you guys a time to look at, okay? Hold up. There we go. So this is our time. There you go. Yeah, I want to do this so you guys can see what time at the model we're talking about. Okay, so the time I'm going to put up here. Perfect. Okay, so now you guys can see the time. This is in Eastern time, by the way, guys, okay? Just a bit of a heads up for you. Anyway, so yeah, we work way down in time here. You know, actually coming up with all this rain we've gotten. So we have a lot of rain up there towards Missouri, Illinois right now. And that's actually going to work its way towards the Northeast here. This is actually not the main snowstorm I'm talking about. I also did just want to talk about that. But maybe a bit of mixture precipitation between Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, mostly in the blue with snow. So this is all wintry mixed to pink, kind of like rain, sleet, snow, freezing rain, all kinds of that stuff. But yeah, Vermont, New Hampshire here for obviously the 26th being tomorrow morning, late tomorrow morning. This could bring up a little bit of a mess out there towards Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. Anyways, but yeah, let's go move on from that. But then we work our way down in time with this other trough that we were talking about, this other big dip in the jet stream that's going to be bringing the storms for Saturday. You know, the storms for Saturday here, the 27th. You know, later on down in time here. And, you know, out of all that moisture that's going to be ejecting its way to the Northeast here, this will be allowing for some snow potential. So GFS here, as you can see, for the morning of the 28th here, there could be a bit of snow falling out there by, you know, western Ohio, possibly areas by, like, you know, maybe even northeastern Ohio, out there by Cleveland. This is one model opinion, by the way. Just wanted to let you know. But yeah, so we obviously have some snow out there by Ohio, maybe even Michigan, portion of Pennsylvania, New York. As we approach our way down into the afternoon, you can see how that does work its way to the Northeast here. More of Pennsylvania, maybe northern New Jersey, New York State, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire again. And obviously it should work its way out by the morning of the 29th. But, you know, it could be a little bit of a snow system for you guys. So just a little bit of something to look out there for. A says, let's see, just subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. Rachel says, thanks, Andrew. Really appreciate all the hours you put in your channel for us. No problem. Like I said, I mean, I'm just glad to help out, guys. You know, just glad to be here. Glad to help you guys out. So anytime I can do that, I will definitely be here for y'all. No problemo. See, no ice. No. Yeah, I hear you. Ice is terrible, man. Let's actually talk accumulations. I'm sure you guys are probably curious about that as much as I am, actually. So let's go ahead and bring up the models again. Taking a little bit of a break from severe weather, guys. We'll get back into talk. We'll talk more about it again. I'll tell you what. We'll talk about this. Like I said, we'll talk about the winter weather real quickly, and then we'll jump back to severe weather. I'll go over that one more time. Then we'll do zip codes, okay? Does that sound good? That's the plan. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to start off with the GFS here. Snowfall. Now remember, don't trust one of these models in particular. Obviously, you know, just keep an eye out there for it. Wow, okay, so the first snowstorm that rolls through here, the one between Friday and Saturday morning, Wow, look at that. GFS shows maybe up to like 3 to 5 in these areas here. So maybe 3 to 5 inches. Other areas, maybe 1 to 3. These areas mostly around like 3 to, oh, that's a terrible 3. Still a bad 3. Anyways, 3 to 5 out there. 1 to 3 in these lighter colors. Yeah, but look at this. As we approach the late 27th, early 28th here, this model, GFS, goes absolutely crazy with the snowfall. I mean, we're talking like 5+ inches out here. Some areas pocketing maybe near a foot, according to this model. Wow. See, now that's a bit of an interesting scenario. Okay, well, remember, that's one model. Like I said, don't take it too seriously, but yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. So European model, okay, on the first norm system, yeah, about the same thing, man. I mean, both the models are showing about like 3 to 5 inches. No, it was a bad 5. There we go. 3 to 5 inches out there by like northeast Vermont, portions of central northern New Hampshire, portions out there by central and western Maine could be accumulating 3 to 5. And the other areas like maybe 1 to 3 up in these lighter colors. Let's see, let me work way down in time. Okay, so this model caps out. You can see how I'm at the end of the bar here. So let's go ahead and hop back to the previous run. This is the long run. So the way European works is it has one long run, then it does a short run. It does another long run, then a short run. So 2 long runs a day, 2 short runs a day every 6 hours. That is a huge difference. Holy cow. That is actually pretty crazy. A huge difference there. Let me actually hop back to the, the short range. Yeah, a lot has changed between those 2 runs, man. Just goes to show you how, you know, things is bound to change there. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be hopping around probably a bit. But, you know, some areas could see well over 6 inches maybe. Possible. And let me use this last model real quickly. We'll look at the GDPS model. So also 3 to 5 with that first storm, and then possibly maybe up to 6+ inches. All right, well, there you go, guys. That is what's going on in the snow world of things. So, you know, little heads up there for, oh, what'd I do? Little heads up there for the Ohio Valley Northeast here. So, could see a little bit of snow, maybe even upper elevations of West Virginia. Let's see, is this page back up now? There we go. All right, we're back up in business. Thank goodness. Okay. Anyways, so let's go ahead and hop on back to the severe weather, guys. Go ahead and get on into that. So like I was explaining here, we are looking out for severe weather to occur here for Saturday, the 27th. So we are really paying attention to areas here for the potential of severe weather, mostly in the state of Alabama, followed by Georgia. Now, before we look at the models, I want to go ahead and show you the general areas here that we are at risk for. So like I was saying, it's for Saturday. As of now, the Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk, a level 2. Level 2 severe weather threat out there. And so the biggest concern for severe weather is across the yellow, followed by the dark green. So like I was explaining, the way this works is you have a scale that goes from 1 to 5. Higher the number, the more potentially violent it could be. And in this case, like I said, 1 to 5, we're at a level 2, which is, you know, kind of on the lower side of the scale, but it is still a pretty decent concern. I mean, I've seen some level 2 threats really blow up to be a pretty nasty event. Also, same thing for level 1s. I've seen some marginal risk actually perform pretty crazily. So regardless of whatever level you're in for severe weather, you're still at risk for severe weather. So keep that in mind, okay? So, yeah, so basically, as of now, it's roughly these regions. Obviously, I can't get this pinpointed perfectly, but, you know, it's mostly these regions here that's at risk for severe weather come Saturday. So we're basically talking like, you know, most of Alabama, western panhandle of Florida, obviously central and western portions here of Georgia overall. You know, we got a severe weather concern. You know, with the heaviest being literally Montgomery smack dab in the middle of the level 2 threat overall. Now, from what we were looking out there for, now this is solely my opinion. Like I said, this is solely my opinion here. So, I mean, take this with a grain of salt. Take it how you want to. But, you know, I have a feeling This might be able to be extended a little more to the west. I'm not exactly sure how far to the, or sorry, more to the east, sorry. Like I said, this is my opinion. The reason I say that is because it seems like models are kind of hinting towards pockets of instability that could exceed expectations for the potential of low-end severe weather to occur. Let me go ahead and hop over back here to the models. So this is the instability for severe weather here come late Saturday, 21 Zulu in this in particular frame to be exact. So, like I said, late Saturday, this is our overall, instability chart from the NAM model overall. And whenever it comes to it here, I mean, honestly, we're in kind of low-end instability. There's not a whole lot of energy out there. The models really do not show a lot of instability, at least this model anyways. NAM is, one of the models we really look at, just before the event happens. This model really doesn't show a lot of instability. But, we're really looking for over 500 for things to start really popping off. Anything over 1,000 is what we recommend for severe weather to be. Anything 1,000 plus value wise is good, and you can see how we're kind of between like 200 and upwards of like 600. So there's instability there, and there is enough to cause severe weather to occur. And at this time here, for like I said, late Saturday, you can also see how there is another pocket out there, possibly by like South Carolina, maybe eastern Georgia. So that's what I was saying. Maybe the risk could extend a little more to the east. I mean, we'll have to see how that plays out. It really just depends on how much instability will be in the atmosphere at that given point. Now, one of the main things that's driving this is a big shortwave trough. So basically what that is just a big dip in the jet stream, low pressure system that's going to be moving its way up there to the northeast here overall. And, when it comes to it here, I mean, the lower level winds about 4,000 feet up is going to be moving pretty quickly. And anytime you have that in a severe weather event, it can allow for some lower level rotation to occur, quote unquote, or AKA tornadoes, or tornado potential, I should say. So with, like I said, low end instability, if you have enough winds with low end instability, it can happen. It can. I've seen a lot of these events happen before in the similar scenario that we're seeing right here between the models. I mean, like I said, even with low-end amounts of instability, if you have enough winds to some degree, it can still pop off. It really can. So when it comes to it here, I mean, overall, like I said, with those lower-level winds here, I mean, we're talking like 40, 50 knots in some areas. I think that tornadoes will definitely be a problem, or could be a potential issue, I should say. So, mixing those two in there, I'm going to go ahead and grab a sounding. We're going to grab it basically near, a little northwest of Montgomery here. It's just a vertical profile of the atmosphere over on our skew-T chart. So obviously, like I said, instability is pretty low. That's kind of shown between the blue dotted line and our temperature here. So obviously there's that gap in between. That's your instability visual, I should say. And the instability goes all the way up to about little higher than about 10 kilometers or so. So that's how tall these storms are going to be at this given sounding. But like I was explaining here before, I mean, you notice how the atmosphere is very dry, all the way from the lower elevations to the mid-level of the atmosphere. And we can see that because the green is our dew point, the red is our temperature, and like I was explaining, this is ground level, or this is ground level here. This is 6 kilometers, this is 9 kilometers, 12 kilometers, and so on, 15 kilometers. So we're looking at the atmosphere from a vertical profile, so at a side perspective here. And like once again, temperature is listed in the red. And here's 0 degrees Celsius, so this is your freezing point line. So anything that is, so if your temperature is on this side of that red line, it's above freezing. If it's on this side, it's below freezing. So all of that's below freezing. But that's not the point here. The point is, like I was explaining, is the green, which is your dew point. The closer your dew point is to your temperature, your ambient temperature, the more higher the humidity is. So obviously, at this level, the atmosphere about like 2 kilometers up, we have a serious area where it's very dry. And one thing about hail is it loves the dry environments here. It really loves the dry environments there. Not to mention our wet bulb temperature. That's a whole nother subject I'm not going to get into right now because, there's a lot more to it. But what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a nice zone for hail growth if we get a strong enough updraft. So we'll have to see how that rolls through. Anyways, but yeah, bottom line, like I was saying, guys, is the winds are there. Here's the winds are moving to the north at the surface. They're towards the ground level at this in particular time for late Saturday. And as you go up in the atmosphere, you see how they do change directions to more the northeast. So just that change in wind direction here, as you go up in the atmosphere, can allow for some spinning, some spin-ups to occur in the lower atmosphere, which, if you have like the wind direction changing as you go up in elevation with that instability, it can cause some, some tornadic activity to occur. And that's what we are seeing to be a potential coming here for Saturday. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I mean, like I said, I know it's a lot of stuff to take in, and I know I'm not the best teacher out there, but like I said, obviously, hopefully I made some kind of sense to something for you guys today. And like I said, it's just very, it's a very important graph to look at when it comes to severe weather and all that stuff. But anyways, oh, by the way, this is what we call a hodograph. And this basically is plotting the wind speeds in the direction and how fast they're going over elevation. So for an example, these numbers are listed in knots. And as you go, you can see the pink here is showing the lower atmosphere, the yellow showing mid-atmosphere, which is up here. So you can see, so imagine like a compass. This is north, this is south, this is east, and this is west here. So what's happening here is, we're starting at the ground level at about 10 knots, as you can see. And as we go up in the atmosphere, the wind direction changes more to the northeast, kind of goes maybe a little bit more to the east there. Then as we go higher up in the atmosphere at this point, we're kind of in the low mid-atmosphere with the green, as you can see on the vertical profile there. We're right around 60 knots or so. And of course, we pull to the north here, and then it does a sharp turn to the east. So you can see how the winds are really changing directions with altitude here. And also speeds as well. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's see here. I think I got the gist. Gotcha. Like I said, anything. So I know this stuff can be pretty confusing. I know whenever I started meteorology, it was very confusing for me to understand, but now it's a breeze. I mean, literally. It's not too. Once you get your head wrapped around it, it's very easy, and it's very informative too, to really show you what kind of atmosphere we're seeing. Overall, very important. And a little bit of a fun fact here. Obviously, this is a model showing you what the atmosphere could look like in the future. Weather balloons. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what weather balloons are. So, weather balloons grab this data in current time. So, let me go ahead and show you something real quickly. Let's see here. Observed soundings. I spelled that wrong. Oh, well, ignore it. Here we go. So obviously, you're going to see a very similar plot here, what we're about to look at. I guess I can't look at that. Let's just grab. There we go. So there you go. So that's actually been observed. This is what a weather balloon has actually, what the data has collected. And in this case, this was out there in Southern California. But yeah, look at that. So that's, just showing you, y'all. This was an actual recorded viewing of the atmosphere here. So you see how soundings are, they're the same. They are the same. I mean, this is, like I said, a forecasted view of how the atmosphere could look at. And like I said, this is what an actual one looks like that they actually pulled out. Is shelf clouds a supercell? There's a very big difference between a shelf cloud and a supercell. A supercell is simply a rotating thunderstorms, and just know, please know that supercells, not all of them produce tornadoes. And whenever it comes to it, a shelf cloud, that has nothing to do with it being a supercell or not. Shelf cloud is usually just the leading edge of a storm. More typically seen during squall lines or linear lines, big long lines of storms there. But yeah, no, they have nothing to do with each other. It's just basically the edge of the storm. But not all the time you do have shelf clouds though. Like I said, it's mostly common during a squall line event. Tyler says hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate it, Tyler. Thank you, man. Yeah, but anyways, but I'm gonna tune it down with the gibberish to you guys. Like I said, I know a lot of y'all don't know, y'all don't want to be in school right now. Totally get it, but you know, I think I will open a course eventually. You know, maybe I'll start like a live course or something for members or something like that. Maybe one day to go over, or maybe make a video for our members here to you know, really explain in the depth how forecasting works and how we do things around here. But anyways, guys, well, bottom line, like I said here, main day Saturday, we got to look out there for it. Once again, Alabama, you know, Georgia, we'll keep an eye out there for it. See, only in a QLCS shelf clouds. Not all the time. You can have individual cells that do have shelf clouds, but you know, you typically see those on those QLCS, which if you don't know, QLCS stands for quasi-linear convective system, also known as a squall line. Just a long line of storms overall. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, I tell you what, I promise you guys I'll do some zip codes, and I will. I'll do a couple of them here with you guys. I'm not going to go a whole lot into, you know, obviously details. I'm just going to let you know if you're in the risk and what you can expect out of the risk you're in. So obviously this will be taking place only for Saturday. I'm only doing zip codes for Saturday's commute, okay, regarding severe weather. All right. So I will do a couple zip codes. So like I said, if you don't know how this works, throw down your zip code. Most of you should know your zip code. If you don't, it's a good thing to know. So go ahead and put down your zip code, and I will go ahead and, you know, let you know what kind of risk you're in and what you potentially could see. Tabletop. All right, man. 28412. I already know where you're at. So you're out there in Wilmington. Like I said, man, you're in a general thunderstorm threat, which says a few rumbles of thunder is possible for, you know, the Saturday commute. It'll probably be kind of in the afternoon, evening time. But overall, we're not expecting severe weather, so you're in an area where I'm not too concerned. Let's see here. Scott wants me to take a look here at 37326, 37326, cross portions of Tennessee. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, this area as well. We're not in the severe weather risk here for today, or sorry, Saturday. But we do have a generalized thunderstorm threat, which, like I was saying, basically does say that we do have a potential for, you know, we do have a potential for a few rumbles of thunder. Now, let me actually mention, for your area, we do have a small flooding threat for today. You see a small flooding threat for tomorrow. But here come Saturday. We don't have a big severe weather potential, but we do have a decent flooding threat for you on Saturday, which is day 3. So keep it out there for that, my friend, as it is a possibility we could get a few flooding scenarios nearby. All right, let's see here. Okay. All right, Tiffany wants me to take a look here at 26187. 26187 for West Virginia. Okay, so for Saturday, my friend, wow, you are barely even in West Virginia. You're almost in Ohio there. Anyways, but yeah, so for Saturday, you're not even in a thunderstorm threat, man. You are honestly fine. I don't see any problems with you regarding severe weather, so, or even any thunderstorms. So you should be good, man. Should be good, Tiffany. Hold, let's take a look here. 32068. 32068 for Florida. Okay, so you, my friend, you are in a level 0, which is just a thunderstorm threat. Like I said, no threat for severe weather for you either. You know, a few rumbles of thunder possible Saturday here overall. No really big deal, you know, regarding any of that. So no flooding today, no flooding tomorrow, but Saturday, same thing, no flooding. Really no big problems for you, man. I think you will be relatively fine where you're at here up in Florida. So, you know, I think we're good. I think you're good, man. All right, let's see here. Tom wants me to take a look here at 29732. 29732 in South Carolina. Gotcha. Okay, so you are in a level 0, which is a thunderstorm threat, my friend. No risk for severe weather, no risk for damaging storms or anything like that, so you're good. But like I said, same thing for you, man. A few rumbles of thunder possible. You could possibly see maybe a couple booms of thunder here and there on Saturday. But yeah, like I said, yeah, we're not expecting any, you know, damaging or life-threatening storms or anything like that for you. Today, really nothing going on with the flooding. Tomorrow, same thing. However, Saturday, you know, even though we don't have a severe weather concern, there will be the possibility for some localized flooding. It's a really low threat anyways. I mean, it's literally a level 1 out of 4, so it's a low-end flooding threat. You know, there could be an instance with throughout South Carolina where we could see a bit of flooding, especially out there the more west you go. But overall, man, I don't see too much issues for you, and I think you'll be relatively fine. All right, Scott says thanks, no problem, man. Anytime. Hall, already got to yours, man. All right, Carl wants me to take a look here at 31906. 31906, gotcha. Georgia. Okay, so you're actually in the severe weather concern, my friend. Let's go ahead and turn off that flooding threat. But yeah, look at this. So you are out there by Columbus, Georgia, and you're actually pretty close to the level 2 threat, my friend. So, you know, you are at risk. You are at risk for severe weather come here for Saturday. Now, when it comes to it, like I was explaining when we looked at the models and all that stuff, I mean, it seems like there will be the potential out there for tornadoes. I mean, just considering how, you know, how strong those lower level winds are going to be. That's my main thing. I think hail will also be a concern, but it seems like the energy in the atmosphere is going to be very low. So, honestly, I'm not too confident in that area too much, but I do think you are at risk. I mean, obviously, SPC thinks you are, so you are at risk for severe weather overall. All right. Let's see. See, Tom says, thank you. No problem. See, once we take a look here at 37398. 37398. Gotcha. Tennessee, my friend. Okay, we are in a general thunderstorm threat, man, for Saturday. You know, possibility of a couple booms of thunder here and there, but nothing severe going on, my friend. No big issues for you. So I think you are in the clear, man. When it comes to flooding potential, today, no concern. Tomorrow, you have a small chance for some, you know, flooding tomorrow. And for Saturday, same thing. A little bit of flooding concerns could be an issue. But, you know, honestly, I think flooding is your most big problem. And even then, it's a really low threat. So not a whole lot of craziness going on for you, man. Should be good. Christian, once we take a look here at 37862. 37862 for Tennessee as well. Okay, so yeah, same thing for you, man. Honestly, the exact same thing. A few rumbles of thunder Saturday. No big issues for you when it comes to the day of severe weather. You're not expecting any of it, so you should be good, man. However, when it comes to flooding threat for today, we do have a marginal or level 1 threat for flooding. So a little bit of flooding could be possible nearby. Tomorrow, not really, but Saturday, we actually have a decent threat for flooding. I mean, we're almost in a level 2 threat for flooding, so definitely would keep an eye out there for some localized regions that could have some flooding problems, especially those low-lying areas. But other than that, man, I think you are relatively golden. I think you're good. Okay, Carl says, thanks, no problem, man, anytime. Velocity says, I'm going to head out because no danger for me, sister. Let's see here. Zachary, Louisiana, y'all take care. All right, see you later, Velocity. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Yo, boy, once we take a look here at, let's see, 29653 looks like Saturday. Risk for severe storms. 29653. 29653. Okay. So, you're not at risk for severe weather. However, my personal opinion thinks that we could see that extend a little more northeast, but that's what I think. Obviously, I want to see some more support on it before I'm really confident about that happening. As of now, you're not, though, and that's what matters. You're not at risk for severe weather right now, so that's good. But yeah. Haley, try to leave other channels out of the chat, please. Thanks. Let's see here. But yeah, no, Sam, honestly, though, I don't see too much of a problem there for you. When it comes to flooding, though, like I said, we do have a flooding threat that does work its way through. Today, level 1 flooding threat. Tomorrow, nothing. But Saturday, we have another level 1 threat for flooding. So today, a few instances of flooding nearby could be possible. Tomorrow, not really. But when it comes to the day after, that's a possibility. All right. Let's see. All right, see you later, Calla. Thanks for joining. Let's see here. Crystal says I'm in a flooding risk 45431. Gotcha. Let's see here. It won't let me do the zip code while that panel's open for some reason. 45431. Here we go. Ohio. Okay, so yeah, obviously you probably know you're not in any risk for severe weather or any storms in general. Let's see here. Day 1, nothing. Day 2, nothing. Day 3, nothing. Yeah, you're not in any flooding threat, my friend. I'll even check the extended risks. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, there's no flooding for you, man. So you are good, Crystal. It's all right, Haley. Yeah, that's just one of the rules I have here is to, I do need to make a rules list, is, you know, just don't mention other channels. But yeah. But like I said, y'all, if y'all have any questions about your area, feel free to let me know. And like I said, I'll let you know if there's any severe weather for you. Once again, the overall picture is that, like I said, Saturday is the risk day that we need to be paying attention to. And like I said, level 1 severe weather risk out there is across the green, or the dark green. Like I said, all of this is thunderstorm threats. Just saying a couple, booms of thunder is possible, but the area where concern is the dark green, which is this shade here, and the yellow. Well, obviously the yellow is the biggest concern for severe weather come Saturday. So I will be live Saturday. I will be live to cover this here for you Saturday, guys. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to do another live stream, another update on the event. Tomorrow we'll have an actual breakdown from the SPC, but I think all hazards. I think it's going to be all hazards threat. Hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. So we'll keep an eye on it. But anyways, y'all. Well, we are over an hour. Probably am going to head off here soon. Looks like the zip codes have slowed down too, which is good. So hopefully I helped out a few people today. Obviously that's the main goal, is to keep y'all weather aware and keep y'all prepared and stuff like that. But see, look at all the lightning on the coast of Louisiana, Andrew. There's a lot of it. Not surprising, man. I mean, considering we have a lot of storms out that way. We did have a couple special marine warnings out in those regions. Sucks that they have the main Louisiana radar down, but yeah, it's not surprising, man. Not surprising at all. But all right, guys. Well, last thing I do want to tell y'all real quickly is check out our merch page, guys. Got some pretty cool merch out there. Look at this. Got some real cool hats we just added here. All kinds of different colors here. We got cotton candy. We got the ocean. We got the sky one. This is one of my favorites because it looks like the sky here. So that's pretty cool. I will leave a link to that in the description. You guys can check it out. Also, we have the hat that I'm wearing right here. You can see the different kinds. We have gray. We got khaki. We have navy. Also, all kinds of designs here. In terms of shirts, polos, notebooks, mugs, all kinds of cool stuff. So check that out, guys. I'll go ahead and put that there in the chat. So if you guys want to see, all of that stuff, then we'll leave that there so you guys can check out our cool merchandise. But like I was saying, guys, I think that is going to wrap it up here for tonight. Here, I'll go ahead and post that a couple times for you. That is all of our merch. So that's the link, guys. All right, y'all. Well, if y'all have any final questions before we roll off here, let me know. And we will roll off there. Or we'll head off here. Haley. Okay, I got you, my friend. So you're in Kansas City. Obviously, I remember where you're at because you're an OG on the channel here. When it comes to it, obviously, there's no risk for severe weather or any kind of concern of thunderstorms. So you're good with that. Day 1 flooding threat, no concerns for flooding, man. Same thing today, tomorrow, day after. So honestly, I really don't see too much of a problem for your area there, Haley. Honestly, what it looks like is it's going to be from here on out relatively calm. It looks like we're going to have some relatively high pressure out there by Kansas City. Obviously, we just had a storm system that rolled through. Then after that, it's just going to be relatively calm. Big domes of high pressure out across the country after this next event here, and that's about it, man. Seems like the weather pattern's changing back to normal for the most part. So I think we're good. What's up, lightning? It's all right. No problem. All right, guys. Well, we did have a donor today, so thank you so much. Goes to Crystal. Thank you so much for the donation, my friend. Much appreciated. Like I said, guys, tomorrow on the books, we're going to do a live stream. I'll probably do an afternoon live stream. Afternoon and a evening live stream as well. So we will definitely keep an eye out there for that. But all right, guys. Also, like I said, Saturday, yeah, we'll go live. We'll go live on Saturday for you guys. Southern Mississippi, going to turn out good. So yeah, I don't think we're going to have any concerns for Mississippi. Honestly, I mean, we do have a thunderstorm threat for Saturday. I mean, we do have a small little sliver of that marginal going through, but the odds I don't think is going to be for this area. But what's up, Darian? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. When do I think that? Let's see. Wait. When do I think about 60 miles northeast of St. Louis will have the first severe weather outbreak? Outbreak? Obviously, outbreaks in those regions usually don't happen until, like, obviously, April, May, June, even. But, yeah. So, okay, thanks, Andrew, the best weatherman. Thanks, Haley. Appreciate it. But, all right, y'all. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Once again, check out our merch, guys. We got some pretty cool stuff on the page. If y'all do want to support us, I'd greatly appreciate it. And, all right, guys. Well, so make sure you subscribe if you have not already. Leave a like. It'd be much appreciated, my friends. Much love to you. Once again, tomorrow on the table. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to do a live stream. Tomorrow evening, I'm going to do a live stream. 2 live streams scheduled tomorrow for the, for weather updates here for Saturday's coverage we're going to be doing here. We'll go live sometime afternoon Saturday for you guys in order to give you guys the updates and stuff like that. But, all right, guys. Once again, much love to you. Once again, thank you so much, Crystal, for the $2. Much appreciated, my friend. And alrighty, guys, y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. Y'all take care, and we will catch you guys later on tomorrow. All right, guys, stream's gonna head off here in approximately 2 minutes. Go ahead and say your goodbyes to your friends, family, and everybody else. And all right, Haley says what's on my desk. I got some weather radios and a lot of decor. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Much love to you, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out, my friends. See you then.